So we are going to do the same thing for the other side. We're going to stitch half inches. And then we're going to measure half inches from the zip. This is our zip. So this is where the lining is. So for this lining, we measure half inch downwards and mark it. So this is where we're going to be inserting this. So open it up and put it inside. It should be on where that line stop. Then you stitch it. So when you get to the belt, you double stitch that way. And then you zip it down to the teeth. And you back stitch 2 to 3 times to keep it in place. So you cut the thread. This is what we did. Stitched from the zip downwards with half inches. So from where this lining stops, we measured half inch mark. So from that half inch, we installed that casing. See it touching the half inch downwards, then we stitch it. And we did the same thing for the other one. See, half inch, and that's exactly where the casing starts from. Then we stitch it half inch, then down place we also stitch half inch. So now we've closed the bag. Now we're going to trim off any excess. What will remain should be half to quarter inches, because we're going to be piping it later on. So you can cut off the excess zip now, since we already installed the zip inside. So I'll do the same for the other side. I'm cutting along that line that we used to hold the Ankara lining to the warmer. So I'll also cut off this zip. Then we'll do the same for the bottom part. So you see how neat the cutting is. So we're still going to pipe it. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to achieve this bottom part. Say it's flat and not pointed like it is here. So now we'll open up the zip. Then you just put your finger inside to the pointed side, and then you do something like this. Or for you to be accurate, from where you stitched, this line where you stitched, you measure 2 inches inwards and mark it, and you do the same 2 inches. And then from this down part, where the line where you stitch, you also measure 2 inches. And then you connect it with a straight line to give you a box shape. There you see it. So we'll repeat the same for the other side and also for the back side. 2 inches, 2 inches by 2 inches. So connect the straight line. So this is what we are aiming to achieve. Now at this point, some people will cut off this square to cut it off. Whatever you cut off will reflect on the back, but I don't want to cut anything off. I want to cut it off only after when I am done sewing. If you cut it off, you will be able to sew it very well, but if you make a mistake, when you cut it off, you won't get it. So since I'm teaching you guys, I want you to learn without cutting it off. It's going to be a bit difficult, but it pays if you are patient. If you cut it off, all you just need to do is just connect it and then stitch. Okay, so now front and back square. Say, so now what we're going to do is when you put your hand inside and you open it up, look at this angle. See it. Make the 2 points meet, and then you do the same for the other side. Let that 2 points meet and just draw it. So you see, you get a straight line, and on that straight line you stitch. Even if you turn it this way, on that straight line you stitch. So that this way you know that your stitch will be accurate. So we're stitching on that straight line. But before that, I can remember I said I'm going to pipe it. So you need to pipe, because if you don't pipe here now, you won't be able to pipe it after you sew it down. So let's pipe it. If you don't pipe it, once you sew the stitch down, you won't be able to raise it up to pipe it. So, and it's going to spoil your work. So it's best you pipe first before you close it. So piping, just fold your piping belt into 2. Make a mark. See the crease? So this point should be on that crease, like this, like a casing to cover it up, and then you sew it down. Always leave excess allowance like ½ inches, 1 inch before you start sewing, because you're going to trim it up. And if you want to get an equal trim, you leave ½ inches allowance or 1 inch allowance. So we're going to repeat the same thing downwards until we're done piping it. Fold into half and stitch it. Cut it off. So you see what we did. So we'll do the same for the other side. You fold in half like this, then you place it to cover your rough edge. If you don't want to pipe, then you're not going to sew your lining piece to the warmer or to your leather. You will sew it separately and then use the lining to turn over the work. I will show you guys in one of the next bag I'm going to do. This method is simple and easy. if you're a beginner, but if you, I'll also teach you guys the other method. So I'm going to pipe the bottom too. So when you get to that end where the stitch starts, you just turn it like this. Instead of piping it separately, just turn it and then you stitch. Like this, if you want to get this kind of curve, so you start from the beginning. When you get to where the stitch starts, you curve it, continue. When you get there, you curve it. But because I didn't do that, see, this one is separate from this, but it does not matter anyways, because we're still going to burn the mouth. Do the same for this one. Trim off the excess, you burn it. So you see it. So now let's go back to stitching. So on that line, you stitch it. Can see it, the stitch is on the line, and same thing here on the line. So we'll repeat the other for the other side. We'll repeat the same thing for the other side. Where this mark, this point, you pinch it, and then you do the same for the other side. Then you draw it to form an angle, a triangle. Now you look where your belt falls, and that's where you're going to stitch. So we are stitching on this line. When you get to where there's piping, you also back stitch to keep the piping in place. There you see it. So this is the back. So now we're going to cut off this angle by half inch. Just leave half or quarter inches. Do you see it? See, this is where I stitched, and this is the place I cut. So now we're going to pipe to close it. You fold your belt in half, and then you'll cover it. Make sure you leave excess.
How are you? I said I was told I was going to work just to check me. Why did you even come last time? Or where it did not come? Hey, how are you going to do tomorrow? Okay.
So we're going to pipe the other side too. Then we're going to bond it. Then we'll trim off excess. Careful when you're trimming so you don't trim your main work. This is what I'm trimming off for. See, I burnt it. This thing that is coming out from the bun, that's what I'm trimming off. So check, make sure that there is none. You trim off any excess thread that is showing. And that's the end of this bag. So inside is neatly piped. So now let's turn it and see the final product of the bag. Just push out, because this is warmer is kind of thick somehow, so don't expect for it to just fall off the way fabric will fall off. You have to push it out gently so that you don't rip off your seam and spoil your work. Just push out the bottom part. I see it's already taken shape. The next thing you zip it. And there you go. You see it. Now let's attach the belt. You see, so you can adjust it like this to give you a long strap. You can close the strap off to give you a short handle that you add to the other handle. So when you're carrying it, you're carrying 3 handles at once. Do you see it? So thank you for watching this video to the end. Please subscribe so that whenever I drop a new video, you'll be among the first to receive them and watch them. Don't forget to like the video, comment if there is any questions you want to ask, if there's anything that you're not familiar with and you need to clarify. You can always drop it in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in the next video where I'll be dropping another beautiful bags on how to make any bag. So, and if there's any bag that you saw online and you are asking how did they achieve this bag, how did they cut and drop the pattern, you can also type on my comment section and then send me the picture of the bag. If it's something I can do, then I'll show you how to do it in one of my videos. So thank you very much and God bless you.